assign muscles or tissues or muscles of spirit of ape to be practicing fraud through any of my hands by assigning or using his muscles or anything that joins part of my hand, palm of my hand, palm, the hands of this that is joined with my hand, using that the muscles of it of the hip of gorilla, to imitate what I'm doing by assigning one of these to my hand, to be practicing anything I'm doing by that at the time that they are doing that I'm doing it, so that they are using that muscles for themselves as if they are the one, to be. It's just like stealing from me, to be stealing from my personal details. Doing this using spirit of ape or spirit of gorilla, so to be feeling the way I feel, and then stealing or having my anything I'm doing personally by my hands, to be practicing. It can even be when they even do this when I'm doing some sort of studies, as if they are the one writing things, or writing things there. So how I do what I write down in the studies, trying to practice it, how I work things with my own, trying to practice it with that such spirit of ape or spirit of gorilla hand wrist. I got this when God gave me a revelation, and my hand was paining me, my hand wrist, and I could see in that revelation that is hand of spirit of ape, spirit of gorilla, with a rope attached to it, which means that rope represents anything they want to use to join that spiritual hand to my hand wrist. And so while I was feeling that pain, I prayed about it. I prayed seriously about it, so with fasting. So that's how I got out of that. But someone that doesn't know will think maybe his hand is weak, or his hand is having pain, or need to go to the doctor, and the doctor will not see anything. They will not see anything. They are not just doing it like that. They are doing it for the purpose of stealing personal details. Yeah, and then to something of eyes also, monitoring by eyes, to be stealing the personal details. The same thing they do to hands, they do it to feet also, to be as if they follow the person to the place where the person is, following the person all about, even into his own or our own house, as if they are there. They are armed robbers, thieves, tricks from babalawos, even herbalists, doing it for them, for the armed robbers that does that. What they do is my hand wrist is something like muscles, tissues, and so on like that, that make joints the hand wrist to hand. We will try to fixing those that of ape. They try to make ape, spirit of ape, imitate what one is doing, by trying to use any of those for themselves, trying to attach it to my own hand, so that they'll be feeling what I'm doing by that time. They'll be feeling what I'm doing with my own hand, to be practicing. Apart from they are monitoring me, to be practicing fraud. To be practicing fraud. It can be fraud about password, it can be fraud about signature, it can be fraud about personal details, something secret of that, that is personal details of that person. Yeah, any doctor or nurse may be saying they didn't say anything. Of course, when it's by spirit, but I can feel it that they are there, that they are there. So I'm trying to send the body part that is not that is from them spiritually, like that, like some of spirit using it against the person. When I say I will report it, then they wanted to do something else, but when I quickly rebook it, so what they wanted to do is to remove the person from him, or they want to remove that person from the person and then put something else that is not our portion or his portion. In Jesus, that will not be your portion in the name of Jesus. But they are to inform you, to let you be aware for your information. There are people like that. They're using people for rituals, for many medical rituals, but the person is not with them. Because this is just when the person is not with them, they are trying to be using that for business. Time taking sort of time taking sort of business and harassment that takes time and years. They are using it slowly, the person slowly, part by part, the person is existing. When the person hit and he get healed, because food is part of what someone can he get to make herself or himself feel well. When the person feel well again, they start on that same part of the body and it's attack it for several weeks or several months, using it to be doing business. When I say I will go to church for deliverance, they use it also. One of them seems to be talking out of me, and I know that it's not me. But if it's somebody else that does, it can cause a mental something for that person. And but being that I've been aware spiritual, I mean, in the spirit, that something like that they wanted to do it. I didn't know, so I prayed. When I was praying about it, and then I realized that I need to fast along with it together also. And I did so that's how I know that but if it's somebody else, the person like that, the person they did it to, losing control of himself or herself, be able to get themselves into that person. That's how they did it. Or else by serpent spirit. That's how they did it. But it's them. Many people, so many people that people find saying they are mad, or they are on the street roaming about crazy and not knowing what they do. It is by then that I realized that some of them are not, they are somebody else inside them. It's not them. That's how it happens. And they are his own sense of awareness. It was tampered with and then being used somewhere else. So I didn't lose. I made sure that I myself and try to cast them it's human being, because when I have any dream or revelation, God tell me that something of serpents want to harass me, someone want to attack me with it, several of it that I have of this revelation. And when it's going to start of it, at the beginning of it, we want to manifest, and it will be what according to how I've seen it in that revelation, that I know it's people. So it will manifest in form of serpent spirits. That's what I mean by that. So some people that they say they are mad, or they get mad, and maybe the person is talking to himself or herself on the street and so on. It may be some people that are inside such person, and if uh, after how such person is like that, and such person is like he or she is was helpless and didn't know what to do at the right time before the thing got out of hand. That's how some, not may not be all, but some people are like that. uh, that like I in this that are through this sort of ways that they are doing it. I'm in my home, I'm in my place, but they are doing what they were doing as if the person is with them. They still continue to be doing so. So that is concerning health of health about head or anything of health about mentality and so on. Then they do make a try to see if someone is having any some things like a something of a some that someone is trying to keep secure, such as some personal information of that person, such as like bank details, like something that is delicate, some delicate information, such as pin pin numbers, password. Know what the password is through this way. Know what the password is and going to be using a password somewhere else. If the person is to rob or to do that person, if someone is not aware that that has happened. But when I know it, they do it. In fact, if I'm writing down my password, the thing will be lost in moving around in me, and then I will know the things like get into my face, into my ears, into my the whole of trying to get hold of trying to try to imitate. It won't be nice for somebody who is feeling who is being all this is being done to him or her, and the person doesn't have anybody to or doesn't have the knowledge of what is going on, and or is not aware of what is going on. It can turn to the person to something else, or the person is feeling helpless and nobody to attend to the person. I mean, to talk to, at least, or even if the person can utter everything, utter what is going on out. But it will relieve the person. Now, not to find anybody to talk it to at all. This one is even more bad than that, because if the person is going anywhere, the thing is the group are with her, going along together with him or her to any such place, and the person is not having the person is not having much people around her or him. They continue. In fact, talking out of the person, talking out of him or her. The person may find it difficult to express when it is that it's not something that is common. But when they know that not all of them that do evil rituals and all these evil things that are common outside, such as kidnapping and all those, not all of them are doing it in that way. So feeling that it's not common and they get away with it, they think maybe they are perfect, or they know they are different from their other ones, and they want to do it to somebody else, and it just continue. And that's how things spread. And the person maybe goes to doctor. The doctor can say they is having syndrome meaning different part of the body at the same time having one health condition, one complaint or the other about them all at the same time, about many, no more than 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 complaints. If anyone goes to a doctor, it's unusual for the doctor or the person It's unusual for the doctor to hear that the person complains about maybe like legs. She's having something that is bothering her there, and at the same time arm and neck, and the same day neck, eyes, chest, hips, back, hands, no, different type, different, but all are the same. About about 10, in fact, the person can say the whole part of the body. She has complained or he has complained about them all. So going to a doctor for that, it is it's because these people have slaughtered themselves in in the person's body, in him or her, and by such spirit. They are doing mostly use like snake spirits, serpent spirits, and they are flourishing in the person's health, and then flourishing in the person's health, and the doctor will have to say he or she cannot diagnose what they call the conditions the whole altogether is. The doctor will have to may have to say that he or she cannot diagnose what it is. This is one of the reasons. Please be aware. That is what they are doing now. Ritual show. That is it. The whole for doing this to the whole body, the whole person's body. If the person is not aware, then they think they finished the person. They think they have finished the person. If this person is not living, it's not the life that the person is supposed to be living, that he or she would then be living. It's living irrational life that does not belong to him or her, and gradually, they got the person. They think they finished the person, but that will not be your lot in the name of Jesus. That's not my lot in the name of Jesus. Thank you. And they will think they are perfect. That is it. When the doctor has no solution and the person did not realize this is what they are doing now, they did not realize what is going on. In fact, this is like a mobile shisha in a mobile way. That is, where the person is going, they are doing, wherever the person is, they are just they are following the person anywhere, but nobody see anybody after the person, so nobody will think or guess that anything like that is just going on. It's only the person, it's only that person or its own or our own. If the person is able to realize, be able to detect out, then thank the Lord. But if the person cannot detect, they think they are perfect. They just think they are perfect. So be here extraordinary alert.